Hi, it is iYikkam time again. Today, December 26th of 2016, I would like to share with you the most basic and the most fundamental soul or core of Wing Chun Kuen. This core applies to all legit Wing Chun from the Red Book, or the lineage from the Red Book share this core. If this core, which I am sharing with you guys today, is lost, then Wing Chun Kuen will be lost in a matter of years. However, if we have this core, we Wing Chunner will be able to stand on ground, solidly stand on ground and walk, instead of daydreaming with the movies or internal art and whole bunch of stuff, but never get to the goal or never get the result. So this is how critical this core, which I like to share with you. Advanced stuff, one can read in the 2 textbooks I wrote, released in Amazon.com. However, this core today, everybody will be able to make use of it, and it will show you the result in a very short period of time, such as 24 hours of practice. Okay. Now, we need to end the so-called mind power internal Wing Chun, because without this core I'm sharing with you today, there is not anything which is solidly implemented on Wing Chun anyway. So we do not need those internal or mind power type of Wing Chun which is created after the 60s. We want to have Wing Chun, the solid Wing Chun, so that here on every Wing Chunner can grow, instead of get trapped into the so-called internal Wing Chun or the mind power Wing Chun, which is never exists in the reality anyway. So okay, let's go for this core. Number 1, Wing Chun is a sticking body short strike art. So Wing Chun is based on 2 key characteristics, which is short receive and close in. So short receive and close in is the characteristics or uniqueness of Wing Chun. That is what the Lai Lao Hui Song is about. Again, short receive, close in. Any Wing Chun divert from that is no longer Wing Chun. This is by the Chinese culture and the designs of Wing Chun art. It is not my experience or anybody's experience or any grandmaster's saying. It is based on the design and the culture of Wing Chun. So again, remember this: short receive and close in. Now, in order to do the short receive and close in, one need to do, for the most important part, is to be able to develop the Wing Chun mechanics. And the Wing Chun mechanics is using the mechanic advantage where you retract the arm, where the elbow close to your core, which have the mechanical advantage as in physics, and the torque. Okay? So Wing Chun mechanics is mechanical advantage and the torque with the solder close to the core. So you can use the core power. That is the core of Wing Chun. Unless one have this core of the core developed, one really cannot implement short receive and close in. Okay? So you have this short receiving and close in, and you need this mechanical advantage and torque as the engine to power this thing. Okay? Now, the second thing is about receive. Wing Chun have 4 techniques to receive instead of the 3 which is usually people say Tan Bong Fo. The 4 techniques of for the receive is the Fok Sao. Fok mean cover. Tan mean open. Cover, open. This is the hand techniques for receive. 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 This is not a block, this is not a push, this is not a press. This is receiving. One uses to close in simultaneously. So Tan Fok is 2 techniques. Bong at this level is the 3rd techniques, and at the chest level is K. So these 4 techniques is the Wing Chun 4 core techniques for receiving. And for Wing Chun receiving, Wing Chun is receiving the section between the elbow and the shoulder, this section, which is usually this name as the 3rd gate. 1st gate, 2nd gate, 3rd gate. Wing Chun do not play with the Q Sao, blocking those stuff. Wing Chun go direct to there. Because when Wing Chun walk in, close in, this arm receiving is here handling the 3rd gate. And with the Wing Chun mechanics of the mechanical advantage and torque, that is where the play is, in the clinch range. Okay, Wing Chun is an art for the clinch range. So now, that is receive. The 3rd is close in. Wing Chun close in with footworks. Wing Chun do not stand there. Stand there and punch, or stand there playing with arms. Wing Chun close in. That need the footwork. Wing Chun do not stay there stationary. Okay? So, if we repeat again, Wing Chun is an art of receive, short receive, and close in the same time. Or Wing Chun is a clinch range art, special in clinch range handling, and it has its mechanics, it has its techniques for receive and where to receive, and the footwork to get close or to close in or to shoot in. So this is the core, the soul of Wing Chun. In Wing Chun Chi Sao practice, thus in the Chi Sao practice, this arm this elbow is moving it instead of pushing out. Because only if you move in, you can get close into the clinch range. If you push out, you'll not be able to get the clinch range. Only if you this elbow close to the core and move in, Wing Chun be able to use the mechanical advantage and the torque. That is the practice of the Wing Chun Chi Sao. And you can see that the practice of Wing Chun Chi Sao actually is supporting the Wing Chun uniqueness, which is short or retract, receive, close in. So short means retract. This is long, this is short. Retract, receive in the same time, and close in. So that's very different than you extend your arm, block. Instead, you retract, receive, and you close in. Instead of stand here or pushing it out, extend and pushing it out, forward pressure, it is retract, receive, and close in, shoot into the clinch range. Okay, so that is how Chi Sao is function in the practice of Wing Chun, to develop the art of Wing Chun. And when one practices the sets, we want to make use of the sets. Let the set develop one's Wing Chun. And the most important thing is make sure the body is not parked. Park is like parking a car. What we don't want to do in the practice the set of Wing Chun such as Xiu Lin Tao is like parking the car in the parking lot and turning the driving wheel. That is not the way how to practice Xiu Lin Tao and Wing Chun sets. So in order to guarantee one is not parking, one need to do the following thing. The first thing is one need to stand with the feet, with the toe point outward slightly, so the whole body is loose or in a non-tense state. And then one loose up from the feet up. Remember, loose up from the feet up. Okay, so like one is kind of stacking up instead of pressing down, but stacking up, joint by joints. Okay, that's number one. Number two is do some squat. Make sure all the joint is in a loose and a proper handling state when one do the squat. The third is to stood up straight. Extend the body. Stand up. Make sure the breathing is natural, and one can feel that one's this buttocks and the lower abs is contracting naturally when one stood up while exhale. Okay, so when one stood up, one exhale, and you can feel all these things, but it's nature. The fourth is to turn one's body left to right to make sure the center axis is balanced. And only that one practice the sets. And while at practicing the sets, one need to keep checking oneself according to these four anti-park practice to make sure one is in a proper dynamic state. Not alignment. We do not want to align because everything is dynamic. It is not about standing there and align the spine and do this and that. No, because Wing Chun need to close in. It is a dynamic, and even at the close in, Wing Chun need to play with the mechanical advantage and the torque. Thus, the body is always dynamic. When we say Wing Chun flow like water, it means it is dynamic. When we say Wing Chun is soft, meaning that we retract and receive and close in. That is soft, definitions of soft. Instead of forward pressure, extend, and using the body to push, where you push other people away. That can never be a short strike art, which is Wing Chun is a short strike art by definitions from the Red Belt era, across lineage and across the era since 1840s. So this is what the bottom line, the solid core of Wing Chun. Without this develop, one really don't have Wing Chun. For instance, the boxing have its own style, its uniqueness. The BJJ have its style and uniqueness, and they have their range of specialties. Wing Chun also have that, which is retract, receive, close in the clinch range. This is the range. If BJJ is rolling on the ground, Wing Chun is spinning around the wooden dummy in that clinch range. Okay? So I hope that this simple summarize is clear for everybody. If you do this, your Wing Chun will guarantee to improve, because this is like a key for the combination lock. Once you unlock the lock, turn on the engine, you will have the car fully operate. And again, if anybody want to learn how to, for example, design the car, or more detailed, one can read the 2 textbooks which I wrote. Otherwise, with this, at least in a very short period of time, one know what Wing Chun is. Be able to tell other people. If we have a boxing friend, Western boxing friend, a BJJ friend, we can tell our friend what is Wing Chun. Instead of Wing Chun is this, Wing Chun is that, Wing Chun is like the movie, but we do not have a solid descriptions or definition what is Wing Chun and how to develop Wing Chun. So start from today, we do not need to live within the movie. We have something which we can make it work. This is similar to, we don't need to be staying at home reading the self-help how to be a millionaire books and future never come. Instead, we go out there, even if we flip burger, we make our living step by step. Some days it is keeping progress and can gather the rich. However, if we just simply read the self-help millionaire books at home doing nothing, spinning the mind, we will never get where we think the book promised us. So this is for you today, and I foresee start 2017, Wing Chun will shift to another era. It doesn't need much, it only needs what I share with you today. Everybody try it and see what is the result. So this is for you today.